The electric vehicle race was expected to be led by the US, Germany, Japan, and China. But in just a few years, Mexico has upended expectations, emerging as a powerhouse in EV manufacturing. Once a supporting player, Mexico now leads as the largest exporter of electric vehicles to the United States. A shift that's left Washington and Ottawa scrambling for answers. This wasn't luck. Mexico aggressively courted investment, offering skilled labor, robust supply chains, and openness to foreign capital, including from China. The result? A manufacturing boom that's redrawn North America's industrial map. The US and Canada, long dominant in auto manufacturing, now face a new reality. Mexico is not just competing but leading in the EV sector. This shift challenges decades-old assumptions about North America's economic hierarchy and forces a rethink of trade relationships. The stakes are enormous. Jobs, prosperity, and the future of clean technology are all in play. As the US and Canada grapple with this wake-up call, they must confront tough questions about their own competitiveness. Mexico's EV revolution signals a seismic change in the continent's economic landscape. The quiet southern partner has become a powerful rival, rewriting the rules of the game. The future of North American manufacturing may now be taking root south of the border. In 2024, North America's trade tensions exploded into a tariff war, with electric vehicles at the center. The Biden administration imposed a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs, aiming to shield US automakers. After Trump's election, the US threatened a 25% tariff on all goods from Canada and Mexico, escalating the conflict. The most dramatic move, a proposed 200% tariff on Mexican-made vehicles with significant Chinese components, targeting Mexico's surging EV industry. These aggressive policies shattered the stability of the USMCA, turning North America into an economic battleground. Automakers now face a logistical nightmare, forced to scrutinize every part in their supply chains to avoid costly penalties. The era of seamless trade is over, replaced by suspicion and economic nationalism. For the US, it's about reshoring jobs and countering China. For Canada and Mexico, it's an existential threat to their industries. The aftershocks are rippling through the global auto sector, forcing everyone to adapt to a new, uncertain world. The North American partnership is being tested like never before. The rules of the game have changed, and no one is immune. Mexico's EV rise is no accident. It's the result of a bold strategic push. Leveraging its skilled workforce, proximity to the US, and deep supply chain experience, Mexico positioned itself as a prime destination for next-gen auto investment. The turning point came when Tesla announced a gigafactory in Nuevo León, sparking a wave of global investment. Suddenly, Mexico wasn't just a low-cost producer, it was a hub for cutting-edge EVs. Over $10 billion is poured into new plants and battery production, tripling Mexico's battery capacity by 2026. This rapid expansion has left the US and Canada scrambling to catch up. Mexico's leaders moved fast, creating an environment where projects launch quickly and efficiently. The country's proactive approach and inherent strengths have made it indispensable to the EV revolution. Mexico now stands as a formidable leader in North America's electric vehicle future. The industrial balance of the continent has shifted, permanently. A key driver of Mexico's EV boom has been its embrace of Chinese investment, a move that's rattled Washington. Chinese brands like BYD and Yutong transformed Mexico's EV market, making electric cars affordable and accessible. Their real ambition: use Mexico as a manufacturing base to access the US market, sidestepping direct tariffs on Chinese exports. By building in Mexico, Chinese firms could integrate into North American supply chains and compete head-to-head with US brands. This strategy set off alarm bells in the US, prompting threats of massive tariffs on Mexican-made cars with Chinese parts. Mexico now finds itself caught between two giants. Chinese capital fuels its growth, but US pressure threatens its auto industry. The stakes are high. Jobs, investment, and the future of North American manufacturing hang in the balance. Some Chinese automakers have paused their Mexican expansion, wary of the political risks. The battle for the continent's EV future is being fought on Mexican factory floors. The USMCA's rules of origin were meant to strengthen North American manufacturing by requiring 75% regional content for tariff-free trade, but new US policies have added a punishing twist. Even compliant vehicles face extra tariffs if any part, like a battery cell, comes from China. Automakers now must trace every component, turning supply chain management into a high-stakes puzzle. The result? Soaring costs and uncertainty, especially for companies relying on global suppliers. Some, like GM and Ford, are better positioned thanks to heavy investment in North American production. For others, Hyundai, Toyota, BMW, the new rules are a major challenge. The USMCA, once a path to prosperity, is now a complex web of penalties and shifting strategies. Every automaker must rethink its North American game plan from the ground up. Amid trade turmoil, Mexico saw a political shift as Claudia Sheinbaum, a climate scientist, became president in October 2024. Sheinbaum's green credentials signal a new era, more focus on renewable energy and sustainable industry. Her administration is expected to boost clean energy, making Mexico even more attractive for EV investment. But in a surprise move, Mexico reinstated a 20% tariff on imported EVs from countries without a free trade deal, responding to US pressure and protecting its own industry. Sheinbaum now faces a delicate balancing act: nurture foreign investment, manage US demands, and build a greener economy. Her decisions on tariffs and energy will shape not just Mexico's future, but the entire North American EV landscape. The world is watching as she navigates this high-stakes moment. The tariff war has thrown automakers' plans into chaos, forcing a frantic reassessment of billions in investments. Companies betting on Mexico as a production hub now face unpredictable US tariffs and political risk. Chinese firms like BYD have paused or reconsidered Mexican factory plans, wary of financial traps. International giants like BMW, Hyundai, and Toyota are also exposed, scrambling to adapt. Hyundai responded by announcing a $21 billion US investment to shield itself from tariff volatility. Meanwhile, GM, Ford, and Tesla, already invested in North American production, are better positioned to weather the storm. The crisis has split the industry, those prepared for protectionism, and those forced into costly, last-minute pivots. The stakes for automakers, and their workers, have never been higher. These seismic shifts have real consequences for workers, consumers, and the environment. North American auto jobs are at risk as production moves and tariffs disrupt supply chains. For buyers, tariffs mean higher EV prices and fewer affordable options, slowing adoption of clean technology. The environmental cost is steep delays in EV adoption threaten progress against climate change. Protectionist policies now clash with the urgent need for decarbonization. The future of North America's auto industry, and its role in the green revolution, hangs in the balance. Leaders must balance protecting jobs with making EVs accessible and accelerating the clean transition. The choices made now will shape the continent's economy, environment, and global standing for decades to come.